Okay, this is gonna be the first video in my new manga scan editing tutorial series. And this one is just gonna show you the first thing you need to do. And since this is end up gonna be a really long series time-wise, I just want to get this out of the way in one video. Alright, here, let me merge this down so I can start with just the background layer like you opened it. Now first, you're going to want to go to Image Mode and make sure it is on RGB color. It'll usually be on grayscale at first. You don't want that. Make sure it's on RGB. You can also use CMYK. It's a little bit different than RGB, but just slightly different. Okay, and now you're going to double click the background layer and you get this pop-up window. And you can name this layer 0, but I'm going to call it the manga layer or line art. Alright, now you're going to either want to put layers on top of this for color, and put those on, multiply or linear burn, or you can put them underneath on normal and put the manga scan or manga layer on multiply or linear burn, okay? But that's going to be the other vids. First, we're going to make this a little bit easier to edit. It's kind of, I got it off Photo Bucket, so it's not that very good quality. So I just go to Image Adjustments, and I like to use Brightness Contrast first, so you can edit the brightness around a bit. I like to make it a bit brighter and hike up the contrast a bit. It can make a difference. It's going to be more slight than the other ones, but now Image Adjustments. Levels is another one. You just want to leave it on the regular RGB channel. And you can just move these around to get the lines darker or lighter. The spaces darker or lighter. Zoom in. You can see it's pretty clean, pretty smooth. But if it's not, you can go to Filter, Blur, that G blur I can never pronounce. And blur between, 0.01 and 0.05 pixels if you have a really blurry picture. And then you can also use the dodge tool set on highlights for the white. And the way this works is it just dodges the white and the light gray. Like that. I really couldn't find a reason to use this on this picture, but maybe if you had a little bit of shading there you wanted to get rid of that was really light, you could do that. You can also use the burn tool on shadows, and that'll just darken up everything. And you can pick and choose with these. If you want to just darken the hair a bit and leave the skin kinda soft, or whatever you want to do. Also, if you don't like some of the shading or lines that are already there, say if you want to get rid of the cheek blush. Why did I make a new layer? I have no idea. So used to doing that. Get the polygon lasso or the pen tool, whichever you're more comfortable using, and just outline it. And say I wanted to get rid of this neck shadow. Try not to select the lines that you want to keep while you're doing this, and just fill with the color white. You can see how that got rid of it. Okay, that'd be before and after. Okay, I'm actually going to leave those there. Alright, and that is the very, very basic of how to edit the manga scans. And the next tutorials will be on coloring hair, skin, eyes, and clothing.